Still no arrests in a southeast Austin shooting that killed 2 men and injured a third person this week.
As police investigate, we wanted to look at the city's efforts to reduce gun violence. KXAN's Brianna Hollis tells us about those programs and how much it could all cost.
It's business as usual on Pleasant Valley Road, the main artery between Riverside and Old Torf, home to a late-night homicide investigation earlier this week. It's in the Riverside neighborhood, a spot that police data shows higher violent crime rates. You may remember, it's one of the areas APD asked DPS to focus on during the Austin Violent Crimes Task Force last year. That kind of data also gets used by the city's Office of Violence Prevention, aka OVP.
We use data to understand what's driving violence and firearm violence in the city. And we're working to scale programming.
The office launched 3 years ago. It takes a community-based approach to curbing violence. Nonprofits that operated independently beforehand are now backed by city funding as part of the OVP. OVP's manager, Michelle Miles, says programs are currently operating with a one-time federal payment of $1 million and $500,000 allocated in the city budget. Her office is currently asking for an additional federal earmark.
Do you think that you have enough funding for these initiatives?
That's a good question. I mean, we're seeking federal earmarks because we want to scale to the level of need, right? So that's why we're taking that approach.
APD officers work within some of the OVP's community violence intervention efforts. The department also offers free gun locks, a joint effort to prevent neighborhoods from waking up to police lights. Brianna Hollis, KXAN News.
And this week's deadly shooting is in Councilmember Jose Velasquez's district. His office says last year he pushed for additional funding for the Office of Violence Prevention. That budget amendment did pass. Now, Wednesday's shooting is Austin's 28th homicide investigation of the year. Last year, there were 34 homicides from January to June. We break down each year's homicides with maps and charts, which you can find over at KXAN.com.